we trade for naira at 1 to 1? Like, can we get $1 for 1 naira? It's a very, very optimistic question. But one thing I know is that to fix, no matter the condition, economic condition, the it does not take rocket science to, regardless of the economic situation of the country. I still believe that it won't take rocket science for our government, if they are ready to be proactive and they are ready to listen to the plight of the citizen, to fix things on a long-term basis. We may not see the reformation overnight, but if necessary reforms are being set up and put in place, we'll get result, and that our economy can be stable. Yes, and that leads to the second question. The first answer to the first question is that it is possible. Can the dollar sit trade for it? Yes, there's no impossibility. The law can even fall like really bad, and or we really build our own naira. So it's possible, but it may take a lot and a lot of time and a lot of effort, because while we are trying to build our economy, strengthen our currency, the other people too are not relenting. They too daily they try to build it up, they try to strengthen it too. So it just means that we need to do like even we are ready, but as of now the country is not ready yet. No government in this country is ready yet to do this. But we can now see there that there are reforms, there are policies that can catapult our economy. Then we will now start saying how long will it take, how many years before we get there. So for the second question, economic stability, what we can do to ensure economic stability, what we can do is that first of all, before or during electionary process, we vote in the right set of people that understand the nitty-gritty of the economy. Not everybody does. We should first of all ensure that those are the people that we put in place as our leaders. That is our first responsibility as citizens. That we don't allow any kind of people run the affairs of this country. Now, if we have been able to pass in our first, if we are able to pass in our first assignment, now the rest will be easier, because we already put people that knows the job, and it will be difficult for them to make it happen. So what will now remain for us is also demand accountability from them. So we can achieve economic stability, but we need to look at the kind of leaders that we are putting there first, because they are the ones that can make the reform. I don't have any power to do anything now. I'm not sure if you do too, but they are the ones that will be given the power, and they are the ones that we must be sure that they can do the job. Then the third question, LCDA, I'm going to throw it open to the whole house, because that's the person. I'm not sure I share the same opinion with you. I don't know, but so in love, I'm going to be throwing it out to everybody. If you have answers to that.
Is there any other? Is there any other question?
No.
Please, let's prepare when it's 90 plus 90 hour plus 2 minutes plus 3 minutes. Please, we'll be breaking the Guinness World Record. Please, we have to make a shout out and to encourage him and we clap, please. But please, we need questions now before that time, please. Questions, questions, questions.
No, there's a question that was
Talk, talk.
There's still a question now.
Continue. Continue talking.
Oh, wow. We have officially broken Guinness World Record of longest speech. Okay, wow.
Continue.
Okay, let me go to Serena Williams, a legacy of grace and relentlessness. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be reading Serena Williams' legacy of grace and relentlessness. Ladies and gentlemen, all the nights I have got a lot on my mind right now, so bear with me if I'm a little too emotional, just the way I am. I feel very honored and humbled by the show of love. I am so tired, but this is an extra motivation, and I don't even feel tired anymore. I feel like we can start again, sef. I feel like we can do 180 hours. Basically, the speech marathon started over 90 hours ago, and we've been talking and talking on that. Voices of change, inspiring solution for a better world, and we tag the event from words to world records. And I'm so grateful to Almighty God that this word has now gotten to, it has now become a world record. From now on, what we want to do now is to set a new record. At any point in time, I may desire to go and sleep. I may desire to retire. But we still have a lot to do. We still have a lot of people to inspire. And with this renewed energy, I feel like we can do it today, tomorrow, and we'll see after tomorrow again. So, without wasting time, I don't know. I'm so delighted to even talk now. Should we just go into our speeches, or we should continue the interactive section? Okay. Let us quickly look at Serena Williams, a legacy of grace and relentlessness and resilience. Serena Williams, a legacy of grace and resilience. Ladies and gentlemen, tennis lovers and sport lovers worldwide, get ready for a heart-filled and candid speech from one of the greatest athletes in the history of tennis, Serena Williams. The iconic tennis legend recently took to stage at the 2022 US Open. Emotional speech filled with gratitude, reflection, and a hint of uncertainty about our future touched the hearts of many. Today we bring to you our words exactly as she spoke them, captivated from our post-match interview with all the authenticity and passion that defines Serena Williams. Uh, Published in Marca News 2nd of September 2022. This speech is a testament of her remarkable career and the impact she had in the world of tennis and beyond. So, Serena Williams was. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and fans, what a night it is. I have got a lot in my mind right now, so bear with me if I get too emotional. First of all, I would like to thank you all and every one of you for your support, your love. It's been my driving force for all these years. I thank the cheers, the applause, those chatters of Go Serena. You have no idea how much that meant to me. You are my strength, not just in the court but in life. Tonight I stand here with tears in my eyes. I know that these are tears of joy, joy of the moments of triumph and of those of epic battles in the court, and for the beautiful memories that court has given me. It's been one heck of a ride, the most incredible journey of my life. But I cannot stand there without mentioning the two people who started all, my parents, my late father, who we all know is as King Richard. Thank you for believing in me when I didn't even believe myself. And to my mom, your support has been unwavering. Your unconditional your love, Dad, I love. I hope you are watching and I hope I made you proud. But this journey wasn't a solo one, it was a collective effort, a team effort, and I will I'll have to give a shout out to my incredible sister Venus Williams. We've been partners in this crazy adventure since day one, and I couldn't have asked for a better teammate. To my amazing husband and our daughter, you are my rocks. Thank you for standing by me, for being my pillars of strength. I couldn't have done it without you. And to all the coaches, mentors, and friends who have been with me through thick and thin, you have shaped me not just as a tennis player but as a person. You have made me who I am today. Now let's talk about the future. The big question everyone's asking me is, am I having second thoughts about retiring? Well, yes indeed. I'm still playing, still improving. Maybe I might have started this year a bit earlier, but I'm making comebacks. Honestly, I don't think so. But you know what they say, life is funny. In closing, I just want to say this: thank you, tennis, for being my life's work, my passion, my love, and I'm taking all these memories, all these lessons, and all the love you've given me. So thank you from the depth of my heart for being a part of this magical. I don't know if I said this thing for this occasion. Was not so like the same. I should have not spread it for my own breaking of the record as a speech for breaking of the record. So that was Serena Williams' speech when she retired from the world of tennis, and she was so delighted, grateful to God for all she achieved while she was an active player. We have lessons from it as well as call to actions, but essentially the most important to take notes from it is that she, as a woman, she did very great and in her field, in her favorite sport of tennis, and she is a force to reckon with. Is that my name? So okay. Combating Terrorism and Piracy by Goodluck Jonathan. That's another speech before us. Should we continue the session or we just read it? Should we continue the session or we just read it? Okay. Combating Terrorism and Piracy, Goodluck Jonathan. Ladies and gentlemen, this speech I'm about to bring is one that reflects the unwavering commitment Please let them know. Let the next world record knows that we've broken their record. Let us post that video. Let's tag them on our Twitter, on our Facebook, on our Instagram. I wish I said when we had the larger house, but we can still communicate with them. Let them know that history has been rewritten. Thank you very much. Um, Delivered by former President Goodluck Jonathan at the sixth session of the United Nations General Assembly. This address highlights Nigeria's dedication to addressing the challenges posed by terrorism in the northeast region of the country and growing menace of piracy in Africa's coastal waters. As we dive into the words of President Jonathan, we will witness the resolute stance taken by Nigeria. It calls for international cooperation in the fight against insidious forces that undermine stability, development, and human rights across the globe. The source of the speech is Sahara Reporters. Combating terrorism and piracy by Goodluck Jonathan. The President of the 68th session of the General Assembly, Head of State, Government, General Secretary, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the government and the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I salute you as you preside over the 68th session of the United Nations General Assembly and assure you of the full support and cooperation of the Nigerian delegation. I wish to extend our commendation to the Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, and place a record Nigeria's reputation for its focus and committed leadership to the Nigerian nation system. This session is coming to a particular trying period when our world faces a number of critical challenges. It makes it imperative for us to work towards the Charter of the United Nations to meaningfully address them. It is therefore a pity that the theme post-2015 developmental agenda, setting the stage, signposts our desires and determination to actively cooperate for the improvement of the overall welfare and well-being of the most vulnerable citizens of the member states of our organization. Nigeria appreciates the consultative nature of designing the post-2015 development agenda. Either in the year, we supported this global outreach through inclusive consultation and survey of a number of Nigerians who have expressed their aspirations with respect to the world they expect beyond 2015. A major highlight which has now increased national ownership of the agenda is the emphasis of the eradication of poverty as overarching principle in the formation of the successful framework. Indeed, tomorrow we will be hosting a side event on the implementation of the MDGs in collaboration with the UN, the number of African countries, and our developmental partners. As I had cause to say, this assembly, the last session, 2015, is not a destination, only a milestone to a better, safer, and healthier and more compassionate world. Let us therefore renew our commitment to the process that will develop the post-MDGs framework. Mr. President, the objective of this particular resonance to us in Africa, where the challenge of poverty, literacy, food insecurity, and gender change continued to engage the attention of the political leadership. The good news, however, is that in the last decade, a sustained democratic process across the continent has made significant difference in governance process. Institutions and structures today have a remnant Africa that has moved away from the era of dictatorship to a new era where the ideas of good governance and an emphasis on human rights and justice are beginning to drive state society relations. This is the present reality of Africa that must replace the old prejudice and assumptions from the continent. We are firm in our conviction that democracy is fundamental to achieving the requisite stability that will enable the realization of a sustainable post-2015 development agenda in Africa. The, the emergent Africa will require the continued support and partnership of the international community, an Africa that is no longer merely a destination for aid, but one that is involved in constructive multi-sectional exchanges in the global stage. Our continent stands ready to purchase and engage the rest of the world as a partner in formulating a global development agenda that will guarantee peace, security, and stability. I want to express our appreciation to the Nigerian selection as co-chair of the Expert Committee on Financing Sustainable Development. The importance of this committee assignment cannot be overstated for the post-2015 development agenda to be realistic. It was backed by a robust financing framework, which I hope will receive the strong banking of our organizations, more endowed members. Mr. President, Nigeria's commitment to sustainable peace and security propels the country to action with its member states of our sub-regional and continental organizations. When stability is threatened in our continent, in recent years, Africa has had its share of conflict, erupting in Mali, Guinea-Bissau, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Central African Republic, and Somalia. It is noteworthy that African leaders, with the support of the international community, have demonstrated the capacity to come in concert why a lot more still needs to be done. We are convinced that progress will be made. The recent presidential election in Mali heralded a new beginning that should translate into peace and prosperity for its people and provide a stronger base. This is the required impetus of the achievement of development objectives that will benefit the people and the brand the continent until we move. Although our world has not witnessed a global war since the establishment of the United Nations, there has been several conflicts with devastating consequences and impacts on virtually all regions of the world. As global citizens, we have a scared duty to free our world of wars, rivalries, ethnic conflicts, and religious innovations. Our collective efforts in our drive for a better world will continue to bind us together. Nigeria continues to support the effort of the United Nations in addressing the global initiative to combat the menace of the youth trade in small arms and light weapons. We have doubled efforts to address the general challenge within our borders and across the West Africa sub-region. In doing so, we also recognize the need for a broad-based partnership and in the ongoing battle against the trans-border crimes, including terrorism and act of piracy. It is regrettable that these scourges are sustained by unfettered access by non-state actors to it is regrettable that some scourges are sustainable by unfettered access by non-state actors. Well, it is regrettable that these causes are sustained by unfettered access by non-state access to exploit small arms and light weapons with which they foster in which they foster therefore in the light of our collective obligation and uneasy struggle to end this right that I congratulate member states of the adoption of the Arms Trade Treaty in April this year. Our hope is that upon its entry into force, the ATT would arrive an era of accountable trade in conventional arms. In line with our continued commitment to this project, Nigeria has signed and ratified the treaty. We will continue to engage other member states for its successful implementation. Terrorism constitutes a major threat to global peace and security and undermines the capacity of sustained development. In Nigeria, the threat of terrorism is in a few states in northern east part of our country has proven to be a challenge to national stability. We will spare no effort in addressing this menace. We are therefore confronting it with every resource at our disposal. With regards to fundamental human rights and the rule of law, Nigeria would like to place on record this appreciation on the international community for its support in this regard. The reign of terror anywhere in the world is an assault on our collective humanity. 3 days ago, the stark reality of this menace was again brought to the fore of the terrorist attack in Nairobi, Kenya. We must stand together to win this war together. Mr. President, piracy like terrorism in another massacre, it has attained worrisome proportions, especially in African coastal world. At the bilateral and the multilateral levels, Nigeria has promoted cooperation to mitigate its impact and consequently on the security and economics of the affected coastal states. Indeed, in June this year, the leaders of the Economic West African State ECOWAS, the Economic Community of Central African States, and the Gulf of Guinea Commission met in Yaoundé, Cameroon, and came up with the practical steps to collectively confront the menace of piracy and Gulf of Guinea. These efforts will no doubt require enforcement and wider support and collaborative action on the part of our international partners. The situation of the Middle East remains volatile. The reported use of chemical weapons in Syria's crisis is unacceptable. Nigeria condemns the strongest possible terms the use of chemical weapons that are prohibited by international conventions. We applaud the current diplomatic effort to avert further escalation of the crisis. We urge all parties involved to end the violence and seek the negotiated solutions, including the instrumentality of the United Nations. The threat which nuclear weapon pose to the survival of human race is to be understood not just the threat which nuclear weapon pose to the survival of the human race is to be understood not just the threat to which nuclear weapon poses to the survival of the human race is to be understood not just in the context of aspiration nations, but also the nations already in possession of such weapons. Nuclear weapons are as unsafe in the hands of small powers as they are in the hands of the major powers. It is our collective responsibility to urge the international community to respond to the general call for a peaceful universe in an age of uncertainty. We can attain this objective. We can attain this objective if we adopt measures and policies that will promote nuclear disarmament, protect and renew our environment, and push towards an international system that is based on trust and mutual respect and shared goals. Mr. President, I believe that I expressed the concern of many about the slow pace of effort and the apparent lack of progress in the reform of the United Nations, especially the Security Council. We believe strongly that the call for democratization worldwide should not be for states only, but also for international organizations such as the UN. This is why we call for the democratization of the Security Council. It is desirable for the enthronement of justice, security, and fairness, and also the promotion of sense of inclusiveness and balance in our world. Our support for the United Nations Security Council in its primary responsibility for the maintenance of international peace and security has been total and unwavering. We have in previous membership of the Council demonstrated both the political will and capacity to engage in key Council responsibility. Nigeria has therefore decided to seek election for 2014-15 non-permanent seat in the UNS. I am pleased to state that Nigeria has received the endorsement of the Economic Community of West African States and the African Union. We urge this August Assembly to endorse Nigeria's candidature. Mr. President, our world continues to be confronted by pressing problems and threats. No statements that will be made during this session can exhibit the extent of this problem. The world looks at us as leaders to provide hope in the midst of crisis, to provide guidance through difficult socio-political divisions, and to ensure that we live in a better world. We have obligations to the present generation, but we have a greater obligation to generation yet born who should have one day inherit a day of sufficiency irrespective of the consumption of their birth or where they reside in the globe. We must work to make that word a reality in recognition of our common bridge. We must strive to eradicate poverty, hunger, and human misery. We must eliminate the scourge of nuclear, chemical, biological, as well as small arms and light weapons. We must dedicate ourselves to working together to address global, regional, and national challenges and deliver a more peaceful, equitable, and precious world for all. It's our duty, we must not fail. Thank you. So these are Those are Governor Ebilis Jonathan's words from former President Goodluck Jonathan's speech to the 68th session of UN General Assembly. Several lessons can be learned. It's a global threat. Then we also learn that the national commitment to tackle terrorism, humanitarian impact of terrorism, regional cooperation against piracy, standing together in solidarity, diplomacy and multilateralism, roles of nations in maritime security. The speech by the former President Goodluck Jonathan, the United Nations, first serves as a call to action for the modern day several critical areas. Strengthen global counter-terrorism cooperation. The call for nations to stand together in the fight against terrorism and join the flag protecting exciting strengthening global counterterrorism operation. The call for nations to stand together in the fight against terrorism remains relevant today in the face of protecting human rights in counter-terrorism, addressing this speech acknowledgement of the humanitarian impact of terrorism. The speech acknowledgement of the humanitarian impact of terrorism underscores the need for providing assistance and support to victims of terrorism attacks. In the modern day, there is an increasing focus on addressing humanitarian consequences of terrorism, including providing aid and protection to affected communities. Regional and multilateral operations on security issues, strengthening maritime security, emphasizing diplomacy and multilateralism. With this, we have come to the end of Goodluck Ebele's speech on yeah. I'll be going on a short break now, and I'll be back soon. It's good to still have you guys. Well. Um, we'll continue on our speeches from inspirational leaders, and we'll be looking at Desmond Tutu, Aptitude Finance Solution by Desmond Tutu. Before I continue, I'm so grateful that God has given me the grace to officially do past the current longest speeching marathon by an individual record. And I'm very, very delighted that every one of us here was able to witness the joyous moment. I'm so happy that we could share that moment together. So what we are doing now is that we are setting new records. We have made history, and now we want to rewrite history. So I appreciate you guys still being there with us. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know for those of us that have any of our promotional pictures or videos that you took in between. Help us post it. Help us post it on Twitter. Help us tag Guinness World Record. Let them know that history has been made in Akure. Help us share it across Instagram, Twitter. Use our hashtag from Words to World Records. Help us share the news. Let them know that we have done it already. Please, that's a pillow. I'm appealing, I'm begging you. If you have any of our videos, in case you're on our group chat, or you have any of our videos, any of our pictures, can you go and check Twitter now? You see the videos there already. So help us repost, help us do the use the hashtag, tag Guinness World Record. Let them know that history has been written in Akure. Thank you very much as we comply to this. Okay, you want to go? Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Afez Kariwega, the OSYN coordinator elect. I'm happy and I'm grateful to God. And I want to congratulate you, my brother, on this achievement. But like I said earlier, that you are going to achieve this, but it is not over until it's truly to God. We have broken the record, but we are still going somewhere. You want all the world to know that the youth is better than